It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the reigning NFC champs and the Pats, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Atlanta Falcons. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. But I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more?
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for New England. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weaver. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Weaver. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Almost feel sorry for the kicker here because you know he wants to go out there and contribute, but they keep saying stay on the bench. I think it's just simply a matter of a head coach saying I believe more in my guys with the football than sending you out there to kick it.
Well, he wants to make a big statement here on the opening drive, and a statement he's making. Now they've got it 1st and goal after that convert. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Thomas. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Leading them out from Texas A&M at quarterback, Kellen Mond.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go, but if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He could see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance of
trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. There he goes, left side. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation. Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Thomas. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Mon. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And they go play action here. Mon.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big connection on that one, 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Second quarter now, Falcon football. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Mon to the air on 1st and 10.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Jonathan Taylor.
His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
And they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mond now off of play action.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. He finds his man, complete. That's wrong. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Come on now, let's go.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Taylor.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Now Mond on the bootleg.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Pat Freiermuth.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
On the return is Hines. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense.
On 1st and 10.
Weaver. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Handoff comes to Chubb.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got Hooper on the short connection, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to throw. Weaver.
Oh, Cooper with a nice grab.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a 1st down as well.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Off the play fake. Weaver. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Touchdown, Patriots. Brandon Ayuk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front.
Out for the PAT, here's Sloman.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast and as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Bond going to throw it.
Flushed out right. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Burns. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
On 1st down, here's Mon.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Mond out of the shotgun.
Over the middle, complete. That's Chavez. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Here's Mond.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
On the return is Hines. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Rager catches it left side.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. From the gun, Weaver. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play, but Mark Brunell, when he's with Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy's on fire.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on 1st down, Weaver.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And the Panthers are out in front as they play the second quarter. Tony Pollard with a touchdown run. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And it's the visiting Washington football team who have the lead in that one. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
Looks to throw on first down.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Mon looks to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Burns. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Buying time to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mon.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review.
Come on, man. After review of play, going on the field is reversed.
So a good challenge there. The look pretty conclusive. The feet were in, and it's a completed pass. Now a quick throw out wide to Ruggs. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. From the 24, Mond. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Third down from the gun, it's Mond. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
On the return is Hines. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level.
Taking it right down Broadway. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 30. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around, not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And he's brought down. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place down.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Ayuk with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point up and through. And that will tie our game here in the third. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mon. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They go to the ground again with Taylor. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Back now in Foxborough. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's Mon. They're going for it.
He gets it to Thomas. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And they're going to speed things up here.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23.
85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. The big fella. The 40. The 30. The 20. 10. 5. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch him. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now he's giving him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Thomas. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
He's got a man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2. They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone. So how about that for putting it on the line? They've taken the lead by a point here in the 4th quarter. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Second and 6, just inside the 30. They run it again with Chubb.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On first down, they'll run with Chubb, and he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Nick Chubb stops short. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. They go play action here. Mon, they'll roll him out right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Mon to the air on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll let Taylor try and run. And he will get into the end zone. It's 2 points and also a 2-score advantage as the lead swells to 9. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
On the return is Hines. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the Patriots now down by 9. And time, a huge factor. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. On first down, Weaver. Pass complete to Chubb. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On first and 10, Weaver. Incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts in the middle of the field. That should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Check 52's the mic. Check 50.
Looking to throw. Weaver. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Back to throw again. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He finds his man complete. That's Stanley. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. They'll try and throw for it. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Wide open, Amari Cooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Throwing on 1st down, Weaver. Flush to his right. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
This is unbelievable.
So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Let's go.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Falcons, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.